Hi everyone, it is Pastor Chris and it is Monday, December the 2nd, and we're here for your just most wonderful time around video, and that is the church budget for 2025. Listen, I do want to thank everybody for their deep commitment to GBC for 2024. Not only are we meeting our current budget, which is a little over $10,000 a week, but we're exceeding that as well. And the amount of people attending, we're averaging anywhere between, overall for the whole year, between 310 and 320 people each and every week. And that's between both services, and that also includes people that join us online. So again, thank you so much for your faithful support, as well as your attendance here at GBC, whether it's in person or online. Now, as we move into the 2025 budget, what's really awesome is the church is in just an outstanding place financially. There's no outstanding debt, and there's approximately $700,000 currently in the church accounts. And I'll explain to you how all of that is going to get parsed out over this coming year. All right, so let's dive in. 2025 budget isn't going to be, frankly, a whole lot different than 2024. I think what we're doing is we're about $100 a week more this year in 2025 than in 2024. You can see on the screen behind me, I know it might be a little bit challenging for you to see, kind of the layout. There's 5 different categories, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick overview of each one of these categories and highlight some of the main differences that we're looking at for 2025. All right, first you can see up at the top that we just kind of have the overall categories in place. And you can see them, administrative, overhead, our worship, education, and missions. And so as we break that down, we're looking at a budget of around $531,000 and change as we roll into 2025. So let's take a look at that first breakout. You can see I'm scrolling down for you, and that's the administrative. That's basically all of the salary components. Things for Amy and me really aren't changing at all for 2025, but we have added a little bit more to Justin's package to help cover some of their health insurance needs. And that's why his is going up from 72 in 2024 up to 75. And you can see some of those other categories that are listed there, including payroll taxes, some of our expense account stuff. Basics is a retreat that we do with the elders, but we've been doing that more in-house, and we log in to Pastor Alistair Begg's church at Parkside up in Cleveland, and that happens in May. But again, pretty basic understanding. You might be asking, why in the world is Pastor Chris's retirement account so significant? Well, long story short, I'm not currently eligible for Social Security. And there's a story behind that. If you're interested, you can call me on it. I'd be happy to talk to you on that. And so the church over the last 10 years has really been trying to put resources into a 403B account to help out with that. And so that's what that is all about. All right, let's roll on and dive down into the general overhead. General overhead is about $100,000 a year. And you can look at all of those categories, everything from taking care of the light bill from Dominion to getting the lawn care taken care of, and the flowers, and all of the different accounts that we have. If it snows here, things that we do for safety and security, all of our insurances through Brotherhood Mutual, HVAC, all of that stuff. I mean, even our internet services and our phone bills, all of these things account for a significant portion of resources. Again, not a whole lot of changes going on for that this year. In fact, if anything, it's dropped just a smidge because we've done even a better job with our electric bills. And then we roll into the worship component. You probably notice on Sundays that we flash the music up on the screen, and we have to pay for licensing rights to do that, as well as with any videos that we show. And so we have different fees that cover that. We use a particular program called Planning Center, which throws all the music up there. And we have people, of course, that run that, and there are fees behind that. We have different banners that we use. We have different audio equipment. Sometimes we upgrade things. Sometimes we need to change things out. And that runs us around $11,000. Now, education for kids and adults and small groups. Again, there's really no changes with that. We have all kinds of different groups that meet, and sometimes they need resources, sometimes they don't. We pay for this wonderful group that basically covers so much of our small group media, and it's called Right Now Media. And we pay for that, and all of you for the church, you have access to that, and a lot of our small groups use the materials that are there for Right Now Media. And then as you go down to the bottom, we have a lot going on in missions. Now, those numbers that you see are total amounts for the year. And we do a lot with missions, as you can see. We're into 6 figures in missions, and that's great. It's part of the DNA of the church. At the very, very bottom, you see that lower category, additional mission support and or trips. This coming year, we're looking at 3 or 4 different trips to be taken internationally. We're looking at Jordan, we're looking at Africa, we're looking at Poland, and some of these are exploratory, some of these are actually been requested to come to help out with what's going on in some of these nations, and we'll be giving you more information on that. And this just helps to defray some of the costs for the folks that are willing to go. What we usually do is we usually vet people, and then we ask them to give them a little bit of their own amount of resources into this, put some skin in the game as well, and then the church helps to offset some of that. Now, at the very, very bottom, there is that category that says capital expenditures. Now, if you recall, back in September and October, we took a church vote to move forward with the outdoor church project, and that was for the pavilion, the play area, the parking, and to finish off the prayer garden. We've spent approximately $130,000, a little bit more than that currently right now. And so we have about $250 to $270 left on what we've already voted on. Plus, we're receiving the gift of $650,000 from that generous benefactor to go towards the total $1 million approximate price tag for all 4 of those items. So that is going to come out of our nest egg that we've already saved. Again, we have about $700,000 in there right now. That $270 will come out of that. Our benefactor will be giving the $650. And again, when the project is finished at the end of 2025, by the grace of God, we will be debt-free and still have plenty of resources in our bank account just in case for emergencies, for missions, the whole world collapses, and we need to provide resources for our missionaries and or our staff. We will be able to do that. All right, that was a really quick overview. Hopefully you were able to just latch on to some of those things. If you have questions about anything, any item, you can call us here. Amy and I are more than happy to discuss different line items, whether it's administrative, kids ministry, adult ministry, staffing, the whole 9 yards. We're good with going over anything you need. Of course, our elder team is more than happy to talk to you about that as well. All right, again, thank you so much for your faithful support of GBC, being a part of our great fellowship and community here at Grace. We're looking forward to what God's going to do in 2025 and how he's just going to keep not only bringing people and resources so that we can continue to be about his kingdom work. Thanks again. Have a fantastic rest of your day, a great week, and a wonderful Christmas season. And we, of course, will look forward to seeing you on Sunday.